reverence for all things living, because we understood that the God's Spirit dwelled in all things. They gave us a reverence for life in and of itself, because you wouldn't kill a thing when you understand that God dwells in the thing.
Okay, now how does that speak to our religious base now? I mean, what happened?
Well,
what was the process of taking that spirit out of everything?
Well, the first thing you have to do when you conquer a people, after you conquer them physically, you have to conquer them mentally, spiritually, and every other way in all human endeavors. And so, all human activity. So what they did was they set about conquering us by destroying our connection to that which was that thing that was interconnected, that connected all of us together as a people. You see, where we had our own way. Every race on the planet has a cultural construct in terms of how they do things. It's not necessarily right, wrong. It's just their way. Chinese had a way. Japanese had a way, the Arab had a way, the people of India had a way, the Caucasians, both Northwestern Asia, all the way to what they now call Europe, had a way, and we had a way. The Native American people here had a way. And so what they did was destroy our ability to continue to transmit to the next generations our way. So that now, what we're doing now is we have adopted their way of doing things. And as I've always said, what is good for Caucasians may be great for them, but it may be devastatingly and inherently dangerous for us as a race of people.
Can you give me an example of what do you mean by,
Oh, well, one such example would be homosexuality. Homosexuality is a European construct. That originated in Greece, well, in Europe, in the northwestern Caucasus Mountains. That's where it actually starts. It started based on the premise of that when they were on the last glacier age, because you can trace it all the way back that far. When the Europeans are coming out of the caves to get food, the men would go out, because they were still in the hunter-gatherer stage, they'd go out to hunt. Well, this is where that phrase dog-eat-dog world comes from. The man might go out and grab some food, and as he's trying to take it back to the cave to his family, he might be attacked by some other men, and the food be taken from him. And as a consequence, there was this constant pressure for him to produce, in terms of getting food to provide for his family. As a consequence of that pressure, oftentimes living in that cave, the wife was always producing more children than he could afford to feed. This produced all kinds of resentment in his mind, so that what developed was all of these different types of sexual perversions to lessen the ability to procreate, if you will. So our now adopting such behavior, in ancient times, that type of behavior was unknown in Africa. So that was not a if you could find it, which I doubt very seriously, if you could even almost find some remnant of that, it was wiped out. It was never an accepted form of behavior for African people, because we understood that the whole process of sexual relations was not just physical, but spiritual. There was a spiritual component to that, because we understood that life is a circle. There's no beginning and no end. So we were in that process of sharing ourselves with each other. We were connecting on all levels of existence, spiritual and physical, and emotional and mental. And we were bringing forth from the Creator that energy into each other.